Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so on time. How are you doing? How is everybody? If you are here with me, just send me a hello and a hi, okay? But I am ready, and I hope you are also very, very ready. My name is Lady Vera, and I'm glad to be hosting Aviation Business Series. As I always tell you, we are here to expand knowledge, we are here to explore opportunities, and we are here to celebrate milestones. So many people are doing amazing things in the industry, aviation industry, in business, and in life. And we really take it upon ourselves to draw knowledge from what they have already learned, their journey, their experiences. So Today, we are talking about the place of exploration in the hospitality industry. And my guest is a special guest. I mean, she has been here for more than 15 years, but she has a unique story. Her unique story comes about because she had a challenge, but who knows what happened? I am so excited. I will give you a rundown, a summary of who she is, what she does, and we will be back to welcome her. But I'm so glad to see Andrew. I'm so glad to see you. Who else am I seeing today? Let me see you. Aviation Business Series. We are on time. We are here. Let me know you. You are with us, okay? So the name of my guest is Rosalin. If you have watched the flyer, if you have seen it, if you peeked, her name is there, okay? Rosalin is a seasoned and successful leader. Currently, she is the lead consultant at IQ Mundo, a Swiss education group country rep for Ghana, Sierra Leone, and also she's the founder of Africa Dyslexia Organization. But this is just a summary. The part that I am so encouraged about anytime I speak to her is the part where she didn't start like this. She didn't start with all these titles. She started by investigating. She started by finding herself. She started by finding where she will be accepted. And that is the hospitality industry. Hold on. We want to welcome her properly. Welcome back. Now join me. Welcome, Rosalyn. Hello.
Hi.
Okay,
How
so I
are
hope I can
you?
hear you.
You can hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Well, so what happened now? I think I just lost your sound.
I think you
Interesting.
unmuted me. I don't know.
Okay, let's try it again.
Hi, my name is Rosalyn, and I'm super excited to join Vera today on the Aviation Business Series, and I'm
Okay. Is
looking
it better?
forward to our awesome discussions.
So welcome again. I lost you for a bit there. I'm sorry. Welcome, Rosalind.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Super excited. Let's start it.
I am. Tell me, how are you feeling today?
I'm doing great. I mean, it's a very bright day, Saturday, and I went out to do some errands, and I'm back here to just spend the rest of my time, the next 1 hour or so, with you. So I'm looking forward to a great discussion.
Great, great. Thank you. Thank you for having us. Okay. I know you are super busy, but for you to make time for all of us, we are very, very grateful. So, I mean, your story is interesting because from your profile, you started learning how to read and write at 17, and you are in the industry. How? How does that work?
So, okay, so growing up, I was considered by most people as the door girls people even thought I'm stupid and dumb and lazy just because I couldn't read and write to their expectations. So I would be the girl that go to school and all the time I'm carrying the last bottom mark and I'm failing in school and you can't even write and read your own name. And so you come back home and your parents are super disappointed because they feel like they are wasting resources on you without you really bringing any outcome. And so this continued for so long. But where it really hit me was when I finally managed to get to JHS 3. And it was time for us to write our BECA. And I was attending a preparatory school. And this school called my parents and told my parent, it's unfortunately, they cannot add me to the year group to sit for the BEC because I'm going to taint their results because I'm a low performer. And this school was in Suhum, very known for their academic performance and their record that they set. And so they advised my parents because I was over age and I was still in GSS 3 and my mates were like 14, 15, some even was, my closest friend at that time was like 13. And I was like 17, almost turning 18. And so they advised my parent that if you want her to move on and if you want her to complete the school, then we advise you can take her to a village and somewhere in the village they may be interested in registering her, but for us we can't. And so my parent did that. We went and looked for a school in the village and they registered me for the BEC. So I studied all the year 3 in my preparatory school with my original classroom mates. And when it was time for the BEC, that very week, I think it's 5 days exams, I went to where the region where the village was and sat with these people that I never know from Adam. And people, you can imagine when you're a newcomer at a place, how people behave towards you. And this is me showing up on the day of exams with people I don't know to write. And you can imagine a young girl in 17, and this had happened. So just imagine what that
I
happened.
don't I don't want to imagine.
My confidence like just went down the drain like this. Already I was battling with this because I go to our home and we're staying in a compound house at that time. So these young kids there can read and I'm still the same, just now picking there and ace and all that. And my name, I still couldn't really spell it. And so it was worrisome, but I sat for the exams. And the results came and the school wasn't wrong. I had failed poorly. I had grade 31 BC. And so you know that grade 31, there's no way you're gonna get into any good secondary school. Even though I was like that, I was looking at the schools like Wegehe, Every Girls to go to. Yes, your qualification cannot get you to even to enter the gates of the school. And so everybody was like, well, now you have failed. We said it. Yes, we said she will fail. So they said all that and advised that maybe my parents should let me learn a trade. At that time, it's not today that when somebody is doing hairstyling or fashion, it's something really nice. At that time, it's like when they tell you to go and do hairstyling or fashion or tailoring, it's like they've thrown you into some gatabi. So this was going on and going on. And luckily for me, there was this young man who was just a year older than me that I had met in one of our schools before. He was a boys prefect at that time. So we came in contact and he was like, what's happening? I said, Charlie, I failed though. So I'm not going to go to school. I'm looking for something that I can go and study. And this guy is in the name of Ivan Sakoto. And he was like, no, you're not going to go and study hairstyle. I don't even think that's your talent. So he was the one who encouraged her. Listen, when we used to come to your home, you were cooking so very well. You host people so nice, and now it's still you speak to people so well. The fact that you are not performing in school doesn't mean that you don't amount to anything. And so I know that you can go to a catering school, but let's backtrack. You know that in Ghana, when we think about somebody going to catering school, which is vocational school, technical school, then we consider them that the people that are low performers that ends up there. But you watch what happened. So I listened to him. He took me to Koforidua, Liberty Specialist Institute. We bought the prospectus. I got admission. My parents didn't even want to take me because they were like, I'm going to waste money again. And you know, catering school in Ghana is very expensive. Every week you need to be doing practicals, and your parents need to be sending you money. And so my dad was like, is that what you want to go and waste my money on? But then
Rosalin, hold on for me. Now, there's something I'm noticing. I don't want you to finish the whole story before I ask you this question. It's been long, right, after this incident. But today you sit here and you are telling the story as though it just happened. Did you have friends? Did somebody say that you have to go to a prayer camp?
I don't remember a lot of those. I don't think anybody said I should go to a prayer camp. But then I'm also aware that there are students that don't perform in Ghana here that people think it's witchcraft and that their parents should take them to prayer camp or seek help for them. I did not encounter that, but what I did encounter was people looking down upon me and saying that, oh, she won't amount to anything. She's good for nothing. You're not performing. Oh, and especially I was like, look at me, I was so bubbly and I like to dress and they would say, oh, that's the only thing she knows how to do. Dress and go. That's all. And so
And at that time,
Mhm.
how did you motivate yourself to still try? I mean, you were still trying, although you've heard all these. How were you motivating yourself to at least still try?
For me, I don't think I had that motivation really, but I had when I was at that age. No, I think when I was around 15, there was a time I had a dream, and this is a real truth. And I really don't dream like that. And so I had this dream, and in the dream, no, I saw myself like as an adult who entered a room. And when I entered, there were people opening doors for me. And I entered a place like a boardroom. And in the boardroom were full of white people. Nobody was a black person there. And when I entered, everybody stood up until I sat and everybody sat. And it was like I was the one commanding that meeting. To be honest, I didn't understand what that dream was until today. That I kind of get really what the Lord was revealing to me. So when I had that dream, something came in me, and the only thing that came in my mind was, I want to travel abroad. I want to travel abroad. I want to travel abroad. And so at a point, I think in school, I was even faking messages like, oh, I have some siblings abroad and all that. I didn't have any sibling abroad.
Oh,
You understand? The
yes.
things we do when you are young. So I was faking that. But that was, though I was going through all that thing, all my hope was one day I'll travel abroad. But it wasn't something achievable because I didn't have anybody abroad. It was only my aunt who I was staying at that time that works in Cote d'Ivoire and goes to Ivory Coast. Like she goes there for 2 months and comes to spend like a week in Ghana. And she was like my travel abroad person. So I didn't know. But when I failed the exams, that was when the Lord sent somebody to me, which is the guy I mentioned, his name Evans Akoto. He became like my cheerleader. So he didn't only help me to change my mind that don't go and learn something, a skill, but really go to a professional catering school and you can become a cook, or in future when you continue, you can become a chef. And he kept telling me, listen, you have something in you that you can be better. So keep doing it, keep doing it. And I remember the day my dad took me to this catering school. He went and told the proprietor that I'm bringing my daughter here. This is her condition. I don't have any expectations of her, but just let her walk through your school and let her finish in peace. And so the man left. And then I started learning. Now, something that was where my turnaround came. Something just shifted in a way that I don't know how that miracle happened, but if anybody think there is no miracle, there is miracle.
Mm.
Now, when he left and I started learning, we have practical cookery and theory cookery. For those of
Mhm.
you who have been in hospitality and stuff, you should understand these things. So we have this book, and in the theory, when it tells you that maybe you're going to make a pie, so you need 1 cup of flour. When you go into the practical, it is the same 1 cup of flour you are measuring. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, having that theory words say to me from my teacher and actually using my hand to measure it and pick up the ingredients and turn it into something beautiful became like my turnaround area.
So if I get you,
Mhm,
you learn by having the words and linking it up to something tangible that you can see,
mhm.
and then you see the outcome. And
Exactly.
because of the beauty, you are challenged to go back and do more.
And do more.
And this coincidence going into the catering school, for your father, it was one of those things. It could have been an accident to him. But
Exactly.
for you, you said, I will make something out of it.
Exactly.
Okay, we just started and I'm feeling hot.
And so that's what happened. And I became very studious. And Evans gave me this small Bible that I still have. And that's where my faith started developing. And sometimes I can just open it, though the words in it, I can't really pronounce all of them. I just tell God that, God, if let me be able to read these words I'm seeing and understand them. And coupled with that and the learning structure the catering school was giving me, I started picking up. I started picking up. Now, at the end of that very term or semester, when my dad came back to pick me, the proprietor called him and said, is this the same daughter of yours that you told me cannot amount to anything? You don't have expectation of her? He said, yes. And she said, no, I think you're mistaken. No. My dad asked him, are you sure this girl has not gone to copy people? Because this is not my daughter you're talking to. And the proprietor told him, in this school, you can't copy because it's catering, it's hands on. You are doing, we are marking you. Theory, you are writing, and we are marking you. Now we went home, and it was like my first time I've been able to achieve something. And so I showed it to Evans, and Evans like, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. And so I went back with that mentality. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. And since that moment, it's either there's this girl that I met. I think her name is Francisca. It's
Mhm.
either she's first and I'm second, or I'm first and she's second. It was like that till I finished 3 years in the catering school.
Awesome. Awesome, Rosalie, hold on for me. Now, I'm getting comments. I'm getting amazing story, inspiring tears and smiles at the same time. Rosalind, I mean, I know you have spoken about this on different platforms, but as and when you keep on saying it, you bring out specific areas that we can tackle as people. In terms of education, it is not everybody that will be able to just do a theory or a thesis, but they are very super talented people who have to do hands-on.
Yep,
And you are making us see that it is so important to have both. From
yep,
kindergarten up to tertiary, we should have both.
hmm
Because at the end of the day, what you have in your hand is what you're supposed to be doing.
exactly,
Oh
exactly.
my, oh my, oh my. Okay, okay. Today we are talking about exploring the place of exploration. You've done the catering, you've excelled. How did you think of international? What happened that you started think of international? I mean, you've done catering, so go and open a small restaurant. I mean, go ahead and cook and let's eat.
Right.
What happened?
So when I was in the catering school in my second year, we do Wednesday service. So one morning, this same proprietor of the school came and said, "Hey guys, this information is to final year students. There is a hotel in Accra called Crystal Royal Hotel, and it is now the Fiesta Royal Hotel at Jolo Junction.
Okay.
The hotel wants somebody, one person, to come for internship, but they'll have to conduct an interview with you and pass before they pick you." And listen, because I was in school, I was in so many positions in school. This time I've become a pro. Like everything I'm in in the school. So when he said that, I was like, why only final year students? I'm in second year. I want to go because it's time for me to do internship as well. But when you're in second year, usually you try to do your internship in Koforidia or something. I'm like, no, I wish I can go. But then I'm not. So I just brushed it off. Then the following week, he came back again and said he's so disappointed and that none of the final year students came for the opportunity. And so the moment he said that, I was like, this is for me.
Mm.
When we closed from the worship, I quickly ran to his office and I said, "Mr. Mitame, the position at Crystal Royal Hotel, can I go for it?" And he laughed and said, "You are not a final year student, Rosalin." And I said, "But the final year student didn't come. So let me go." He said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes. Can you do it for the interview?" And I was like, trust me, I can do that. I said, "Okay, then you go." Then I used the Vodafone payphone, the one that's how you have to go and put the card in it. And I managed to call my friend Evans in school because he was in Accra. And I wasn't really familiar with Accra at that time. So I said, "This is the case and I need help." So that was when Evans said, this is the time for us to draft your first CV. So he asked me, like, what are the things you are doing in school? What are you learning in school? And he drafted a small one-page CV for me. He said, "I'll meet you at Medina and we will go together." Lo and behold, I came, he met me, we went to Fiesta Royal Hotel. I got there, I asked for the HR. She was like, "Are you ready for the interview?" I said, "Yes, I am ready." So she said, "Come." I followed her. We got into this room. There were other 6 people sitting there, and I'm like, "Hey, what is this?" My first time. And I smiled. And they asked me, "Hi, young girl, you're coming all the way from Koforidi." I said, "Yes." "You were excited to be here. Do you like the hotel?" I said, "Yes, I like it very much." And they looked at me like this and they said, "You have so much confidence in you. When can you start?" And I said, "Oh, I can come the following week." So no interview happened, nothing again. And the question they asked is, "Where would you be staying?" At that time, me and Evans had already planned and had a mutual friend whose auntie was in abroad and living close to Jolo. So they have this house just there. Nobody is there apart from one person. So the person said, if she gets it, she has accommodation. So I told them I have accommodation already. I packed myself, came to Crystal Royal Hotel, now Fiesta, started my internship. I started from the kitchen because, of course, I was doing catering. Then I went to housekeeping and I went to the restaurant. And then I came to the front office. And I think I did it for, if I remember, it's a 4 to 6 months. I finished and then they gave me my certificates and stuff. And as I was about to leave, one of them called me and said, "We took you to all the departments. You performed very, very well. We know you're doing catering. I'm advising you go back, finish it up. But one thing that was so this thing with you was you're very good with people. When you were in the restaurant, I was getting tips like $100 in 2007. A customer can tip me like $100, and that shows you how kind I was. And so this person was like, "I think you have this interpersonal skills that is very good with the hospitality industry." And then I was like, "Hospitality, okay, what's that?" So he gave me this book that talks about hospitality and all that. I went back to school, I read the book, I finished my catering school, I went back to Suhum, started a small bakery joint. And to be honest, when I started the bakery joint, I couldn't do with the heat. I'm always sweating. I'm always under pressure. I'm always getting sick. So that was when I told Evans, I don't think I can really last long in the kitchen and doing this hot stuff. So I want to go back to Accra. And I came back to Fiesta Royal to do another internship.
Let's give me a second. I hope my viewers, you are enjoying. There are so many details. I mean, I keep on feeling like I need to prompt you and then we go step by step. But because of time, I just want to sum it up and then we move. Something critical that happened. You got an opportunity, but before taking that opportunity, you got prepared for success. I see people, a lot of young people who want a particular job. Before they get to the interview place or they get a phone call or something, they don't prepare for success. Meaning that you didn't have a CV, but you decided to create one. You didn't know where you're going to stay, but you decided to arrange for a place where you will stay because you know you will get the job. And that is preparation for success. You got there, you were all smiley, you were ready. Nobody had to ask you a question. Your body language, your facial expression was, I am ready.
Yeah.
This is super important to me. It is super important for every person listening to us that this is part of the customer service that you would have to go and learn. It is super important that you know how to get prepared for a particular industry.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for bringing this up.
You're
Now,
welcome.
now the booklet that you were given, were you having schools in Ghana in the booklet, or what was the details in the booklet?
So the booklet entails information like summary. It was a very small book, and it's a summary of what hospitality industry is about, the various occupations and opportunities under hospitality. And so I realized that, oh, so I'm actually doing culinary, and culinary falls under hospitality. The umbrella is tourism. And then we have aviation, we have the hospitality, we have the crew line in it. Okay. And then under hospitality, when you break it down, then you have the culinary and all that. So I realized that no, I'm actually doing the small part of what this whole broad industry is about. So it was just at the back of my mind. But then the challenge for me was when I kept researching on hospitality, I realized no, I need to do bachelor's degree to study hospitality. And that was a constraint. So I was like, I don't have SSCE that could qualify me to go to the university and all that. So I came back to Fiesta Royal to work a bit. And whilst working there, a customer of mine, a guest of mine, introduced me to a friend who was building a hotel from the scratch. It was a 32-room hotel. And I went to speak with this gentleman. He said he will work with me. Mind you, I'm from a catering background, but well, the catering school they taught us housekeeping, food and beverage service, and all that. So I had this broad mind with me. And he said, yeah, I'll work with you. Don't worry. And I started working with him as a general supervisor of that small hotel. We finished the hotel, finished it. I recruited, trained people, and we were working in this hotel. So I was with him a little above 3 years. And then I decided to leave. And that was when aviation came on my mind. I was like, I want to be an air hostess. So I signed up to do airline ticketing and also airline customer service, all certified by IATA. I did that. After that, I went through Emirates recruitment and all that and all that. I never got the job. So when I didn't get the job, one time I was working at Jolo and two men asked me questions. And they said they wanted to buy Woodin. And so I was like, oh, let me take you to the Woodin. I was actually with a friend. The person was like, hey, these people are Nigerians. Aren't you scared? And I was like, why would I be scared of them? Okay. So I left her, took a taxi. It was a risky thing I did because anything could have happened to me. Took a taxi, went with them to Osu. But they would there, whilst we were coming, they asked me, young girl, what do you do? And I said, this is my background and I've done IATA recently. I'm looking for a job in the aviation industry. And they laughed and said, what type of job? I said, I want to be an air hostess. And they said, well, we cannot offer you an air hosting position, but we can offer you a customer service executive in our company. And I was like, what kind of company is that? I say, called Empire Aviation. They were into air cargo business, and their office was based in Lagos.
Hey.
Why coming to Ghana is because they were looking for license to operate from Ghana, as they have some customers already in Ghana. And so my job was, if I took the job, you are going to oversee the markets over here to deal with our customers until we get a license to operate from here. So that was when it started leading me into international travel. I was
Hold on,
traveling.
oh. See, there's so much to learn from your story. When your steps are ordered, okay, I don't want to be too much of a faith person right now, but it's natural. But when your steps are ordered, you have to be sensitive. When somebody comes your way, you should know why the people come your way. And you should know what to show them. You should be kind enough. You were kind to these people, but you were still careful. We are not saying that you have to be all over. No, but you have to be sensitive what to say, what not to say, when to be kind, what kind of even information to give out.
Exactly.
But you were spot on.
Yeah.
And this actually helped you now to begin to have a desire to do more international.
Exactly.
Wow.
So
Rosalin, continue.
something like that. And then they gave me the job. So I was working for them here, dealing with their customers here for them as a customer service executive for Empire Aviation. So every month I travel and go to Victoria Island in Lagos, be there for 1 week, do work with the team over there, and then I come back home. And so I think 2 years into that, they had tried and tried and tried to get a license to be able to operate the air cargo business from Ghana, and they were not successful. And so they asked if I would like to relocate and be in Lagos, because it was expensive for me to be on flight all the time. And that was where, at that time, Evans became my boyfriend. So we spoke about it, and he was like, I think the next thing for you to do is to go to university. I was, I think, 25 at that time. So he was like, you are now old enough to be able to sit for matured student entrance exams. And so, though the Empire Aviation is super, super nice, I feel like you need a different step. And that was when I declined the offer to join Empire Aviation in Nigeria. And then I started studying and looking for ways where I can really go to university. I tried Methodist University. I didn't like the teaching style. I wasn't getting it, because still, even though I'm kind of successful, I was still battling with my inability to really read and write fluently. So it was too much. And one time, my neighbor at Jolu had a visitor, and I happened to pop in there and say hello to them. And so as the lady was introducing herself, she said, oh, I'm at GIMPA and all that. And I said, oh, GIMPA, I've heard you have a hospitality program and all that. But Charlie, I want to come there. I don't have SSCE and all that. She said, oh, no, don't worry. GIMPA have a program called Certificate in Administration Management. It was called CAM. And if you're able to take CAM and pass, then they can actually admit you to do a bachelor's degree. And I was like, how long does it take to do CAM? He said, 4 months. I was like, I'm going to do it. So the next day I was at GIMPA campus. I bought the documents, filled it, and then I started my CAM. I did the CAM. God being good, it came out and I had passed. Now, when I was in my catering school days, I did the MVTI grade 1, grade 2. I did City and Girls Ghana certificate, and I did City and Girls of London, which is theory and cookery practicals. So I used all these together with the IATA combined with the CAM certificate. I applied for my bachelor's degree. And after the CAM, I had a change of mind. I wanted to do project management because project management had then just come. And I said, oh, project management, project management. And so I went and I was like, I want to do project management. And the guy there saw me and was like, Rosalin, your application, if you push it forward for hospitality, you'll get to level 200. But if you want to do project management, we'll
Gotcha.
start you with level 100. And that was where I dropped the whole project management.
Give me a second. Hello, everybody. So, if you just joined us, okay, I think we started on time, so we are done with 36 minutes already. And the place is on fire. There's so much information that if you are watching, I think you have to end with us and then go back and pick out the points. But today we are really talking about the place of exploration in the hospitality industry. Just as Rosalin has been telling us, a lot of people in the hospitality industry did not really think that that is a career path. Most people did not really think it is. But as we learn, as we hear the journeys of others, we get to know that they have found a bridge between their talent, their skills, and education. And Rosalin, thank you for coming onto the show to tell us the practical nature of the journey. I hope I can get some questions before we continue. Are we getting some questions in? Okay, so far no question. Please go ahead, and then we'll take some more questions.
Yeah, so I dropped the idea of going for project management. In fact, when they gave me the course content for project management and I saw all these quantitative and statistics and all that, I was like, this is not for me. And so I accepted and started level 200 at Gempa to do my BSc hospitality management. It went pretty well. It also was hard because the course structure at Gempa at that time had in place typical accounting, financial management, statistics, quanti, and all that. And Charlie, I haven't been to secondary school, so I don't have that basics. I have knowledge in costing, food costing, those things, but it was totally different. And so it was kind of really hard for me. But then I pushed on, and I pushed on. But whilst we were in school, I took on tour guiding job with Ghana Tourism Authority. So they were bringing people from the U.S., like African Americans, on different program festivals and stuff. So when they have their one particular program, it was Africa Choral Festival. I'm always a tour guide there. So it started exposing me to people from abroad. As I'm talking to you today, some of the people that I tour guided in Ghana have become like my adopted family. That's when I travel, I stay in their home, I'm like their daughter.
Hmm.
So
This journey,
we
this
exposed to
journey.
those people. And then I was there one time, a friend of mine who is like a long distance cousin got opportunity to go to the UK. And I asked her how she got it, and she explained and introduced me to a guy called Richard, assuming in Kumasi. So Richard is into student study abroad travel and work experience, short vacation work experience. And so I was like, yeah, I want to meet Richard. And I traveled from Accra to go to Kumasi to go and see Richard. So I saw Richard and I was like, Richard, Charlie, you have to take me to the UK. Oh. My long vacation is coming and this is what I want. And so Richard assisted me. I applied for the visa. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. And so I was refused. But I didn't lose hope.
Mhm.
Went back to the drawing board and said, Richard, so I didn't get it. Now tell me more about your business. How can I assist your business whilst I'm in school? So Richard gave me all these brochures and posters and all that and said, make some that you put my name and my number on. So he did it. And I brought it to Gimpa campus and pasted it almost at all the school uh, the doors of their classrooms. And so now students were calling me to assist them to travel abroad. And so when somebody come, I send their name and contact to Richard, and Richard coordinates with them. I think on Gimpa campus, I had quite a number of them to travel to who were successful and went to the UK. So when they do that, Richard will give me a commission of the earnings. So when I finished school, I told Richard that I want to continue doing hospitality. And I know that to do hospitality, Switzerland is the best place to go. I don't know how I'll do it, but I want to go to Switzerland to do my master's. He laughed. He laughed. And so one time I was there and he called and said, "Oh, the Swiss group, they are here and we are having presentation at Novotel. So if you can come over and I will introduce you personally to the guy." So I went, and after the presentation, I had one-on-one with the guy with the help of Richard. Had one-on-one with him. I told him my expectations, but my situation at that present moment and what I was looking for. They were not offering scholarship because they are private institutions, so they didn't offer scholarship. And I was like, okay, one day I will still come to your school. So you think about me. But the way I spoke so passionately about the hospitality industry, he saw that I knew what I was about. And so he asked me, what am I doing? And I said, oh, I just registered a company and I want to go into tourism, tour, and a little bit of consultancy. It wasn't clear, the dream wasn't clear, but I knew I wanted to do something. And he said, good. So when he went back, he contacted me and said, I really like the way you spoke with me. Is it possible you can be our rep? Richard is super good. He is good and everything, but Richard is not a hospitality person. And we have 5 hospitality schools in Switzerland. And so we need somebody who really understands the industry and will be able to get to the people we want to get to. So if you don't mind, then we'll be your first international client. I was like, oh my God. I said, why not? I want to do it. And so I was afraid because I thought Richard would be angry that I've come to take his business. But to the glory of God, and God bless this guy, he got to know about it and he was like, Rosalin, do it. It's your area. Besides, that school is very hard to sell because not a lot of people in Ghana want to do hospitality. When you present hospitality to people, they feel like you want their children to be waiters and waitresses and receptionists in 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 the hotel. So if you can do it, I wish you all the best. Go ahead. If you need any help, contact me. And that was how that my first client was not even Ghanaian company. It was an international, this big international company became my first client. It was hard in the first year. I wasn't getting students. I think it was my second year that I had one student, but I kept pushing. I kept pushing and then started learning more and more, doing things better and offering my training and consulting businesses. And that was how I entered into this international scene by helping Ghanaians who really want to know about hospitality or want to pursue hospitality to understand that there is so much opportunity, various countless opportunities that we don't think about that exist in this industry, but it is. It's sad to know that when you go to schools and you make presentation and you ask them, oh, so the GM at say Marriott or Mövenpick, what do you think the person studies? And people will be telling you oh, project management or oh, business administration or this. They never think that manager could be somebody who has a background in maybe culinary or housekeeping, which is room division, or has started from even the bottom and climbed the ladder to be at that GM position. And then when they hear the salary that somebody of that caliber is taking about $10,000 a month, including accommodation, feeding, taking their children to school, insurance, and everything, they are surprised. And so when we started as advocating and creating awareness about what hospitality is about and the opportunities that really exist in this industry. Now, to the glory of God, I have students who complete like a Shesi, do information management system, and come and tell me they want to do masters in hospitality because that has been their passion, but their parents didn't allow them.
What a wow. See me, I have forgotten we are working with time. We are going to go on because I get the point where people, a lot of people, even organizations, do not know how blessed it is to find what your passion is and find a space where that passion can actually be identified. Now, your passion, you smile, you are good at heart, you know how to position things, and then you find an industry that needs people with this kind of soft, let me say, soft skill, and it just match, and it's amazing. Your story is just it's just amazing. I
Yeah.
am having more messages. Clifford is loving you already.
Hi.
Clifford 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 says Switzerland is a very nice place. Yes, I've got admission into Zurich University, and I'll be going when the borders are open. Take it up, Clifford. Congr-
Congratulations. That's a very good deal.
Congratulations. It will be my honor to meet you in Switzerland. Okay.
Oh, I come there every year.
Okay, so Andrew, Rosalind, I'm on my feet applauding. You see.
Glory be to God.
But aside every joy that we are feeling, every joy that, I mean, myself and the audience, we are feeling, we want your advice when we feel that we can't find our space. Because when you got your vision, it was not too clear.
No,
You
it was.
knew you wanted to do something around this hospitality, but you didn't know what to do.
Mhm.
When the vision is not clear, for business owners, when the vision is not clear, for students, when the vision is not clear, even for the professionals in the industry, what should we do?
Consistency. I would say that consistency is the key. If you can track back from when I entered into catering till now, I've not diverted my career path. I have been consistent with it. If you want to be successful in this industry, that's what I would say. At a point, I got a job at Nadmo. But look at what my role was. My role, because my hospitality background, was going to restaurants and hotels and checking their safety measures they have in place. Now, because I have worked in hotels and because I have been in the kitchen, I know the loopholes of where I should search and be able to give advice and write my report. So I still stayed in it. Another thing I would say to anybody is listen, when the vision is not clear, the only person you should seek clarification from is God. Pray. I know that there are people who will watch that are not Christians, but whatever you believe in, pray to that thing and believe God that the Lord will rain wisdom into you and it will be clear. Also, be humble. Be humble in a way that you'll be able to go to somebody that probably in a natural way does not match up to you. The person is as little as it can be, but the person is doing something you don't know anything about. But that is your area that you want to go into. Humble yourself. Go and tell the person, I want to do something for you. I want to volunteer for you. Or what can I do to assist your company grow? Offer assistance to people. Because what happened is, let's assume you go to Vera and say, Vera, I want to assist you do aviation business series. And Vera puts you that, okay, you will be my coordinator. And whatever communication we are bringing somebody on the show and all that, be in contact with them, tell them how they should do their things and all that. At the long run, you have access to me as well, that I'm coming onto her show. So you are networking with me. You are learning something as well from Vera. So offer assistance to people. Another
Hmm.
thing, network very well. It can network can go wrong and it can also go good. When I say wrong, is the other side. But the good part is network. Stay in contact with people. Don't go so long and it's like when you need something before you go knocking on people's door. Stay in touch. Just a hello, how are you? I'm just checking on you. Is your business okay? Keeps you in contact with people. Find leaders in the industry that you are in and look up to them. Look at the things they are doing well and ask them about what has the journey been like. People are ready to talk. But if you don't approach them, you don't expect somebody to come to you and offer you advice. So that's the way, the things that I can say that you should focus also on. Also, now Google is a fabulous place, my sisters and brothers. So many things are on this platform for free. Google, YouTube as well. Example, during this coronavirus moment, I was like, when I want to update my website, crying, I'm calling the website builder. They are bluffing me, even though I'm paying them. When I want to do my logo, they are bluffing me, even though I'm paying them. How can I build a website? How can I do my own logo? I started and researched. And today I can build my own website. I'm actually building two now. I've designed my own logo for my Africa Dyslexia organization. When you see that logo I designed, nobody's inputs. I seek for that knowledge. There is a place called EDX. EDX. Courses are on. I took free course with Cornell University in Global Hospitality Management, certificate in Global Hospitality Management. It was for free. You can take it for free. It's only when you need the certificate that you pay a token for them to deliver the certificate to you. But if you really want to gain knowledge, that is the best place to go and gain knowledge without even you printing the certificate. And it's for free to enroll. Seek for some of this knowledge and continue learning. Never, never stop learning. That is what I would say. Don't envy as well, because enviness kills dream. As I said, if you see Vera doing things you like to do, approach her, talk to her genuinely, offer help to her, and she'll be able to share some of her trade secrets with you. I think, Vera, I've said some quite enough, and so I'll pause here for you to take over. If there is anything else we can.
I am so charged. I feel so good that we took in this month of July. We had done other series. We had done survival through crisis. We had done transition. But just this particular month, there was a need for us to look at something close to development. But I mean, everybody thinks development comes with certificates. But sometimes you start and you really do not need the certificate.
Mhm.
And the points that you have mentioned about consistency, about prayer, about being humble, about giving support, about trying to get the information and learning that is exactly what we want to put out. That it is not all about the certificate. We are so bound to say that go to school, but it's not just about the certificate. You need to have the knowledge,
Yeah, I agree.
absorb the knowledge.
Yep.
Oh God.
For
Rosalie, thank you.
example, a country like Germany is not, they don't dwell so much on certificates. The country is so fast forward moving because they dwell on apprenticeship. I have Germans as my friends who are in huge, huge position that probably are not holding that certificate we treasure so much in Ghana here. It's apprenticeship. And apprenticeship in our West is going vocational or interning at a work to learn a skill. It's about skill. Vera, I do recruitment for companies. And as I'm sitting here, I even have some job positions. I'm looking for people. I have interviewed people that I'm like, never, I can't take this to person to my clients just because they know how to route the theory. But when you ask them skillful questions to get their input on problem solving, they do not know. And so it saddens me as a young girl to see that we have association for what? Graduate unemployment. What are they doing?
Hmm.
So we all know that our school system and the structure does not produce people that are ready to work in the industries. But you ask yourself, if the school didn't give you, can't you give yourself some skills? Can't you learn something? If you go to the schools and you're looking for an intern, the question the person asks you is, how much will I be paid? Then you won't learn anything. Because I did internships that I didn't even get transportations to go. So if you are already, I go there to do my education first and stuff, and some people become ushers, and all they are looking for is, we'll close and get 50 CDs be from Miss Rosalin. So you mean one day or some 8 hours you stood at my desk, it won't be free. And that when I'm sleeping and there's opportunity be that you should travel abroad or something, come I can say, oh, Mary assisted me at KNUST. Let me call her and link her to this opportunity. Everything has been about money, money, money. And Ghanaians, we have to stop that.
Rosalin, we need to have you back.
I'm always.
I am quiet because the things that you are mentioning, they are too personal to me. I'm like, I have to be quiet to allow you to talk. Otherwise, today we will not close. It's just amazing, and your story, the ingredients in the story are not just because of you, but every time you hear a success story of another great person, they are telling us almost the same thing. And
Yeah.
these are not ancient truths. These are applications that can be used today. So, I mean, millennials are watching us. Millennials, yes, you're watching us. Even older generations, you are watching us. And you feel that it is all about being clear from the start. Mm-mm. Sometimes you are not clear from the start. But as Rosalin said, there has to be that form of sacrifice. There has to be sacrifice to learn, sacrifice to support others, sacrifice to even ask the questions. You were so humble to ask the questions. At a point when you didn't know, you took your time to tell somebody, teach me how to do this.
Mhm.
Today you can design. You can even do a website. I have somebody who says, what? Please, the website again.
Okay, edx.com. And you can, the schools on there offering free courses are like Harvard, Cornell, MIT. Of course, there are various schools, and all these programs, you can even learn how to code over there for free. You can take the course for free. It's only when you need the certificates that you need to pay a token to do it. They even have mini MBAs on it, and it's a very, very good resource. Please, there are so many informations out there. Do yourself good and get them, because nobody will bring it to you if you don't do it.
Mm, amazing, amazing time with you. I don't regret bringing this topic up because it suits you so perfectly on every side.
Thank you.
Hospitality industry couldn't have asked for more. You are such a blessing to this industry.
Thank you so much.
And I thank you for sharing your story. Plain story. It is not something where you use one tin tomatoes to create a whole building. No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You are telling us what you practically did.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Thank
For
you
every
so
person
much.
that is listening to us, I hope you have been inspired. I hope you have expanded on your knowledge. Now you even have a website to even go and learn for free. I hope you have seen the various opportunities in the hospitality industry. And I'm grateful to have been with you, Rosalind. Please
Thank
stay with us for our closing remarks.
you.
Just a few seconds. Welcome back. So I will take a few more questions, but before we take the final words from our lady Rosalind, I want to thank all the team members that I have, all the unseen people behind. I have Evelyn here. Evelyn works with Swift Cargo. They've been supporting us. I have Lead Blueprint. I have Team Professionals, and I have what's her name? Alberta also supporting us, and many, many more people supporting us. And I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Rosalind, please tell us what you're doing now.
Okay. So right now I'm involved. I just came. I was working at Disney as a guest experience manager there. And now I'm kind of coming back home, and I'm the lead consultant and also a partner at IQ Mundo. IQ Mundo is education and hospitality consulting firm. So if you want to study abroad, we are the best consulting firm to contact. And if you want to do anything with regards to starting a hotel, opening restaurants, recipe compilation, mystery shopping, we are the place to come. And of course, training in general, our specialization training is from room division training to food and beverage training. We do all that. So we're the best place for you to come. And I also just started Africa Dyslexia Organization, because 3 years ago I happened to know that, not knowing all that was going on with me in my life, people calling me names that I'm not good, I can't read, and all that, is something that is called dyslexia. And so when I found out it's not a disease, it's a learning difference condition. And so, meaning dyslexic brains are wired in certain way to think differently, to do things differently. So it doesn't surprise me that when I got to the catering school and I was having the practicals combined with theory, I started performing. So now I'm the founder of it, and I'm championing awareness, advocacy, and support on dyslexia. We're just 2 months old. We've had our first event, which was super, super successful. And so look out for more things that are coming into the hospitality industry, and we'll keep you informed. Vera, since you talked about the opportunities in hospitality management, I just want to just go through this quick for people to know. Hospitality or tourism does not give you, yes, you need to be a waiter. I have been a waiter before. I have been a receptionist before getting to where I am. You climb a ladder in the industry to get to a point, because the more you are experiencing different positions, the better you become. But here are the opportunities under it. We have hotel operation, which combines with banqueting, food and beverage management, front office, housekeeping, restaurants. Management, you have the corporate office. We have brand management, general management, public relation, tourism. We have airline, casino, cruise line, leisure, entertainment, spa, wellness, and travel. When it comes to business side, we have the finance, human resource, marketing, strategy in it. Culinary, executive chef, you can be a food blogger, you can be a private chef, a restaurant owner, a consultant in food and beverage service, food writer, and critic. And then you can do consulting, catering, entrepreneur, event management, even information management system, because you do know that in hospitality and tourism, we have different apps we use, like hot sauce and all those apps that we use and softwares. You can be that. So even if you're doing information management system, you can still branch into hospitality. We have hospitality law. So there are so many broad opportunities. And if you want to have a passport to go around the world, everywhere, then be in hospitality or tourism.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. It is a wow moment for us. It is a wow moment. I get people asking, why don't we have a lot of adverts? This is not for that. We want you to get interactive with us. So please send us the information, call us, link up, let us help you get in touch with Rosalin. The courses are amazing, and she's always there to help you. So please get in touch. Call us. The number is 027 222 Send us an email, leadb.solution@gmail.com. Let us get interactive. You don't have to be limited by COVID-19. You can still find ways to improve yourself, develop your capacity. By the time the borders are open, you'll be ready for the opportunities. Rosalin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's been good, it's been great, and it's been very interactive. Now we know And with that power of knowledge, we can make a difference. Thank you so much for staying with us. Aviation Business Series, as we keep on telling you, is here to expand knowledge, to explore opportunities, and to celebrate milestones. Yes, we have gone over our time, but we are excited for the victory of Rosalin. We are excited that she's doing amazing things. We are excited and we needed to celebrate her. Now, on the next episode, make sure you come along with a glass of water or juice so that we can celebrate together. Until next week, please stay safe. Please stay safe. Keep on believing in the little vision that you think you have and keep on moving forward. God bless you, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.